Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Thursday, March 10th, 2016, around 5:07 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Raining out. Highs in the 60s, but it's not as good as yesterday. But keep in mind, 1 year ago today, there was 70 inches on the ground of snow. So it could be worse. Some news to report. The Minnesota Twins beat the Boston Red Sox in spring training action by a score of 8-2. And WHDH Channel 7 Boston suing Comcast, the parent company of NBC, to save their affiliation. NBC is going to move the affiliation of Boston from WHDH to Channel 60 in New Hampshire, and it will be NBC Boston on January 1st, 2017. We'll wait and see how it plays out. And Chipotle's in Billerica opened up again after closing down voluntarily because one of the workers had a virus, and it's slow there right now, but those people will come back to eat there. And that's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about my take on the job economy these days and why more and more people have been frustrated looking for jobs and taking themselves out of looking for jobs. In 2008, the United States had its worst recession since the Great Depression in 1929. Many jobs were lost. The stock market crashed because of Fannie Mae, two loaning companies collapsing, and also the housing market collapsing. And this recession lasted into July of 2009. And the unemployment in the United States was at a peak. The worst of it was in early 2010, when it was about 10% of people out of work for the jobless rate. And ever since, the economy is getting back together. The United States has been out of the Great Recession since July of 2009, and where have all these jobs gone over the past 7-8 years? Most of the jobs are being outsourced to other countries, or jobs are being eliminated by computers, or just they don't need the people anymore. And so many people who lost their jobs during the Great Recession or afterwards, many of them who got laid off were on unemployment, but only unemployment lasts up to 99 weeks at the height of the Great Recession. But once the unemployment ran out, how are they living? And many people these days look for jobs and jobs and jobs, but there's very few full-time jobs out there. And many of the people have to either take a job that's part-time or underemployed. The unemployment rate is going down and down and down. They say in March it's only at 4.9% in the United States, but that's misleading. There's more people in the United States who are underemployed or who cannot find any job, so they take themselves out of looking for a job. And that's very sad and discouraging and depressing and disappointed, because you have to people who have been out of work for so many years looking for full-time work need to find some job, but they don't want to because of this and that. Many people have degrees, and they do not want to drop down a level, in their humble opinion, because they think that's going to hurt them trying to find a full-time job later on. But you have to take what you can get these days in this job economy because jobs are scarce. And many of the jobs are part-time, which many people do not want to take because they don't get the benefits. They just get, and if they miss work, they don't get paid. And I wonder how these people who've been out of work so many years are living off of. Maybe they're married and their spouse is taking care of them, but that's not the healthiest situation. Because eventually the money's going to run out if they lose their job. Another thing, maybe these people have life savings that are so big and big and big. But once, you're out of unemployment, that the life savings eats away. Or another thing why people have been being taken out of looking for jobs is somehow many people are so discouraged or sad about their lack of finding a full-time job or any type of job that they're saying that they have anxiety or depression, and they somehow try to file for Social Security disability benefits. Social Security disability benefits are just for people who are seriously disabled and having anxiety and depression. Some of it's, some people get it for disabling, but a lot of people are with that, knowing how to play the system on that, and that's okay, but it's not that great. You shouldn't be on Social Security disability for stuff that anxiety or depression because you cannot find any type of work, period. That's what my humble opinion on that. And the job outlook for the coming years of all of these jobs getting restored are not very good, in my humble opinion. And also, another thing, I wonder if the next president of the United States, who he or she may be, might help the job economy because we need more and more jobs. And if you're unemployed or underemployed right now, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus friends, keep looking for full-time work. Don't give up on this thing, because once you give up, it's over. Nothing is going to come to you, period. Like people say, if you're trying to find a relationship, they say don't look for it, let it find you. But you cannot do that to a job. Finding a job. If you give up on looking for a job, the job is not coming to you, Facebook friends, YouTube followers, Google, and Twitter. It's not happening. You don't expect an employee to call up you out of the blue if you do not put your resume out online. And hopefully soon there'll be more full-time jobs and people be working and stop being underemployed or unemployed. But that's going to be very hard. And that's about it on that. I'll be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile will be about former New England Patriots quarterback Steve Grogan. Like I always say at the end, keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt is so stunning. She's the best. And she also got nice legs as well. Amy Swenzy rocks and she is cute. And Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. And in the words of Pro Football Hall of Famer Chris Carter, also an ESPN NFL analyst, come on! See you later tonight. Bye.